Hello survivors, welcome back to another Orcs Must Die Deathtrap. We're going to start off with a Mansion Hedge Mage mission. We're going to do 2 missions, then break, then do another 2 missions for the next video like we did last time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this way. So there was an update to the game. They made it so that you can now re-roll as well as skip the thread shop. But there are other things that have happened. They've also made it so that the steam vent traps deal damage to flying enemies, and that's going to be very important, as you'll see in the future, and we're going to use that to our advantage. So we're going to put steam traps behind all of our traps. So I should actually do that now so we don't have to come running back here. So every time we have a barricade, we are going to put steam vents behind them. But for this one over here, there's no point putting a steam vent here. There's no enemy that's going to fly over there. We are just going to put one over there and one over there, and maybe just in case the enemy decides to fly through, we'll put a third one there. It should work. Otherwise that one specifically we can always set up differently and change around. Alright, we're going to need more barricades over here. Again, we're just going to put some vents, just in case a flyer or enemy decides to come upstairs instead of downstairs. And we can then go to here, because we need to barricade off this area. Again, we are going to put steam vents down. Oops. Let's get this right. Just slightly, ever so slightly, it doesn't really matter. Alright, and then there's no, I don't think we need a steam vent over here. So we'll just put some just like this, and it should be okay. Yeah, because they'll come flying from there. They'll probably skip this part. They'll come over here if they do anything. So we'll put just another 2 over there just for security measures. And then we're going to go and block off this area. And we'll put 2 steam vents over here as well, just like that. Alright, so that's all the steam vent. The next thing we're going to do is look at putting up a poison pylon over here. This thing's fantastic. We'll put another one over here just so enemies are poisoned. That's going to just help with that gate. And we, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it reaches the floor if you put it down over here. So if you take a look at, you know, its area of effect, it doesn't look like it. I mean, maybe it's just because we're not close enough, but you can actually see the box doesn't reach the floor. So it doesn't help putting it up by the walls over there, because that's not going to help us anyway. But we're just going to put down these traps over there, and we're then going to put these magic bouncing traps along the wall like so. Now I don't have to worry too much about the enemies right now. I don't think they're going to land up dealing a lot of damage, but this is going to be the ultimate kill box. We're going to get it started so that enemies can start coming. But now what we're going to do, oops, we can actually put one of these guys over here as well, just at the top over there, so that when they come around the corner they get shocked, and then they'll be in the tar as well. Although I might want it actually over there instead. But we don't have to do anything. We don't even need to shoot our weapon. And the only problem with this is that the enemies actually have so much HP. I mean, so little HP on your first mission that you can't get a high combo rating. So we actually have such an efficient kill box that it destroys or kills everything so quickly that we don't even need to worry about it. And those guys... the steam vent. Okay, so they're not flying enemies, so the steam vent doesn't hurt them, but it does throw them into the air when they try and run for you. But there you go already. You can see just how much we're doing. I need to go and put another shock trap just over there, and we're going to put another, we're going to put them all over the floor essentially, so we should be a-okay. We want to put another tar trap down like that, and then another brimstone trap down over there. The reason we are using tar traps is they do last a couple of seconds, and then also the burning lasts for a couple of seconds. So we're trying to extend the combo limit as much as possible. There have been discussions on my other videos about how combos work, and people were saying that it doesn't matter the type of damage you're doing. all that matters is that there is continuous damage being dealt to the enemies. So the best way to do that is actually using poison, because it has a duration of 20 seconds. As long as the enemies are poisoned, every time you hit them with something else, it's going to count towards the combo. So that's what the plan was, and why we did it this way, and why we used the poison pylon. As you can see, getting a ×6. Also, we're using Vaughn because he has the ability to power up his traps. So by using our Q, this rift circle that we apply powers up all the traps in the area, increasing their damage. So it's just really good for, you know, increasing damage dealt to all of the orcs. So very fantastic little upgrade over there. Now, as much as I'd want this, we're not going to grab this. This says traps near the rift deal twice as much damage. That's going to be really good for the future missions, but there isn't anything really. I mean, I'll take it just because it's there. We're not going to really re-roll or anything. What we are going to do, however, is put down one more brimstone, and then everything else is going to be these traps. We didn't see, even though we had quite a high combo, even with the rift, unstable rift, we don't have a lot of coin. I'm not going to spend the thread to get the instant 20k coin, because even though that is really good, it's a short-term goal, and we're looking to actually beat the boss this time. So we're looking long-term, which means that we don't want to spend our threads taking things that aren't going to affect us in future missions. So grabbing a thread that is effective for future missions is going to be far more valuable than a thread that will affect us right now. Okay, I like to get rid of the running mobs first, just because they kind of waste all of your skills, all of your traps. They activate them, and then they kind of used for nothing. Right, there you can see we kill so many orcs at a single given time. There is a flying enemy coming. Here come the steam traps. Bam, he is destroyed. So that's the perfect example of why we use the steam traps now. I'm so happy the developers decided to add that in as a feature. I think they noticed that there weren't a lot of ways to get rid of flying enemies, and having this now allows us to not worry, or at least defend a lot easier against flying creatures, which is fantastic, because that was probably one of the things that always got through to my rift because I wasn't paying attention. But now, especially in this area, this kill zone is the best kill box possible. Not for combos, but just for destroying the enemy. Alright, so we're going to put 2 more of these guys. And now we're going to put a whole lot of these. And when I mean a whole lot, I mean a whole lot. But we need a lot more rift coin. So we'll just wait a little bit, get more rift coin, and we will set up the rest of the kill box. But there you go. I mean, we hardly have to shoot. It's pretty much just a waiting game. Okay, crossbows gain a 50% chance to pierce and hit an additional enemy. The duration of Rift Orb is increased, and then again, short-term investment, unspent rune coin. This go break will be doubled on the next. Again, it's a short-term investment. We're not looking for short-term, we're looking for long-term. Grabbing the crossbow gains chance to pierce and hit additional enemies is also really good, but I'm gonna get the job done because we do use our Rift Orb, and I find it to be very strong. We're gonna start the round, and now we are going to start finishing up our box over here by putting up all of these guys, and we will then be when we can afford, you know, I think we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a lot. It's very interesting. So if you don't put the... So what happens is there's actually a double space, but because we put the traps at the top over here, you can't double space these guys. So as you can see there, there's a double space between the traps, if this wasn't here, it actually allows you to double space it, but unfortunately because we've got the trap over there, we can't do that. Alright, there was an unstable rift behind us, so we do need to focus this. Unfortunately, with where it is sitting, we can't allow it to just activate, so we do have to destroy it. Oh, by the way, if you jump into the fire, it counts as a death, so don't do that.
I will defend the order.
Alright, I don't think anything even makes it out alive at all. Nearly not. I don't have my rift all down. That could be why.
Recharge these traps.
There we go. Look at that. I don't have to do this, but, you know, thinning out the wave always helps. We are getting ×8 combos, so that's very good. And it seems like the guy that's supposed to chase us down landed up becoming stuck on something. So let's go find him. It does happen every now and then. He got excited. Hello. Hope this doesn't... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I hope it doesn't stop the entire game from working because of that. Because we can't shoot them when they are behind that barrier. But luckily, we managed to get it. Alright, make your own like War Mage. Damage is increased for each cursed thread chosen. I don't have any cursed threads, unfortunately. Charge beam gains a second charge, or placement limit for barricades is increased. I'm going to grab the limit increase over here just for future. Maybe there's a mission where I needed one more barricade and just didn't get it, but I doubt that's going to actually happen. Also, I don't know how their skull's like all the way down there. You know, if my box is here, how are we getting...
Left, right, and center. They'll be surrounded. Flyers!
How are enemies losing their life down there? But anyway, whatever. If it works, it works.
Don't worry, your friends are coming with. Unstable rift. We do not want
Let's
that
go
to
get
bust.
the unstable rift. Can I shoot it from here? I don't think so. We'll just get rid of it.
Reloading.
There are going to be more flyers, so you're going to see the steam vents doing their job again. We do have a bit more money, so if they land up using the vent, like over here, where one will use the vent... Oh, never mind. That's working very, very well. And then we don't even need to worry about the flyers. And we don't have to worry about enemies, because they just get completely destroyed by our kill zone. Also, I like the shocking towers because they do hit multiple enemies when the enemy dies, because the chain lightning does bounce. So that's also... Oh, that's probably how they're dying around the corner. I just realized it now. Alright, let's put this down.
You picked the wrong whip.
And now that lasts longer. Those guys get absolutely destroyed. Oh, it is just so beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we could probably use different traps, but tar does slow the enemies down, which means that they are going to spend more time in this area. We could put like a freeze trap in the middle as well, but like people did point out, when you freeze an enemy, they stand still, and therefore the other traps that are in front don't get the chance to hit them either. So it's not always the best idea to do that. Alright, we get bounce trap cooldowns are reduced by 25%. That is fantastic, and the reason for that is because these guys and these guys count as bouncing traps, and they are the majority of our damage. So that's just a massive win for us over there with that thread. Alright, so our kill box over here is complete now. We can just start the next round. We don't need a single other trap in the game anywhere. We should be able to finish this wave and the next wave by going AFK. So we're just going to chill over here. I want to go sit in an area where it will look nice, but the problem is if I go here, we just get like blinded by all of these activating at the same time. So I'm gonna sit somewhere where it's not gonna blind us. Maybe here. We're also gonna just watch out for this guy coming around. Hopefully, looks like he's coming from the stairs.
Never gets old.
And we can just run into our kill trap. He didn't even last very long. Alright, let's go deal with the unstable rift over here. Fantabulous. This is the part where we're going to land up with like 100 rift coins for doing nothing. 100,000 rift coins is what I was meant to say actually. I don't know if we'll reach that amount though. I'm seeing a lot of ×3s, ×4, ×5s over there, ×7. It's beautiful to see. Another ×7. If I shoot them, they land up being destroyed a lot quicker. So that's why I'm trying not to shoot enemies. Although, I mean, I guess that is an extra form of damage. So maybe I should be shooting them for higher combo scores.
War Mage today.
Oh look, they're trying to get past. Get wrecked, you flying scum. Yeah, so that was, it's quite funny that that actually happened because we just received a comment saying, Broken, how do you deal, or what's a creative way to deal with the flying, you know, creatures besides for using auto crossbows? And well, now you can see there are the steam vents that actually land up hitting them and doing a massive amount of damage to them. It's 900 damage to flying enemies, which is massive. You just need 2 of those and it should destroy absolutely every single creature in the game that's flying. Okay, ranged primary attacks gain an additional 20% damage headshot against enemies on tar. That sounds amazing. We are using tar as well. So the fact that we now deal even more headshot damage to enemies that are slowed by tar is just fantastic. But we're already on wave 6 like I mentioned. The only thing that I would maybe change with this is to maybe use it in a manner that I don't know, maybe you can put some traps earlier on so all the lower life enemies kind of die quicker. But other than that, I think it's such a good spot that you don't even need to worry about them.
We do not want that to bust open.
Okay, there is an unstable rift. It is outside of the area, so we're going to leave it to bust open. As long as it wasn't inside our area past our death trap, that was an issue. But the fact that it isn't means that I don't care and we can have it spawn or open up.
Gotta reload.
I need to activate this. These guys must have been from the unstable rift because they just went over the barricades. There was a flying enemy over there. He did lose his life to the rift, which means that I did enough damage with the steam vents. Luckily, I think it's with Vaughn, or maybe it's all the time, but the rift actually does attack enemies back, so
The ugly, disgusting, bloodthirsty land.
it is very, very good for us. I love the fact that I don't need to worry about flying enemies anymore. Oh man, look at the amount of rune coin we have. Imagine there was a 7th wave. We would be able to put down so many traps. Not that we need to, but we would be able to. Okay, we got to a ×8 over there.
The orcs never stood a chance.
Perfect. So we made 296 skulls over there. Unfortunately, we do need to wager 146 of them to go to the next area. And it looks like we... Ooh, gas sappers, those are fun. Patio Gardens is also good at nighttime. Do you know what? I don't think I've done... Did I do a nighttime mission? I think we did do a nighttime mission before. but we are going to play on the Patio Gardens. I really do like this map a lot as well, because you are able to do the kill box really nicely here as well. Not as nice as the mansion, but definitely good there. So firstly, we're going to put the traps over here. What I'm actually going to do is put them down here. And then what we're going to do is put the vents over here. And the reason for that is just so that the enemies still climb up. Because if we put the traps here, they're probably going to miss the vent by, you know, shortcutting over there. Although I could put a vent there. But anyway, we'll do that anyway. So there we go. That should deal with flying enemies on that side. We then got to deal with them this side. So we'll use this one to show you what I meant by what we would have done. So we would have put a vent there and two like that. I don't even think we need to worry about this section, but there is always that one random enemy that comes this way that needs a vent put this way as well. So that's fine. And then we need to block off this area as well. I think we... Oh, right. These are traps. I can't... Okay, I made a mistake. That's okay. There we go. So I can remove traps. I can't put barricades back up. But that means now that every single enemy is going to be coming over here, which is perfectly fine. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to put tar. Oops, I cannot. Oh, man, I made a boo-boo over there. All right, that tar is just going to have to sit there and pretend it's in the right place.
Nowhere is safe.
We won't mess that up again. And then we can put a shock turret. They're going to have to go over here. We are going to put a barricade over there to make sure that the enemies do stay on that side. We do have to put barricades over here.
Lead them to where I want.
And in this case, we'll probably land up putting the steam vent over here.
They still come barefoot.
When they come. Okay, we've then got to put our bouncing traps over here. We can then also put two over here, and we're going to put two on the other side over here as well. I just need to make sure they're in the right place.
I'll be done when you can't see any more wall.
Okay, that is in the right place.
Should be fun to watch.
We're going to put one more over there, because sometimes there's that one just crazy enemy that decides that they're clever and they want to run the other way. I do need poison. The problem with poison, and this is why I should have had... Oh man, okay, we're not going to have poison for this one, unfortunately. There's no way to actually get... 20 seconds though. Wait a second. We're going to find out how long 20 seconds is, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to find out. So we're going to put the poison over here. That should give them 20 seconds to run all the way. I mean, it should take them 20 seconds to get all the way to here. And then we'll put down more tar, and then just one more fire, and let's begin.
Get ready, War Mages. It's time.
Alright, night missions normally mean that skeletons can spawn, but it didn't give us the debuff, I guess, the mission debuff to say that skeletons were going to spawn. So I'm not 100% sure. This is some nice... Oh, you see? Skeletons do spawn.
I keep getting better, and the orcs, they don't.
Not too worried about them. Just pretend that they were never here. There we go. They're not allowed to shoot me back. Who just shot at me? This guy. Ooh, wait. Where do they go if they're from up there?
Great. An unstable rift. Just what we needed.
Oh, they have to come all the way around. I didn't even know you could get up here. Okay, I have a new vantage point now. Yo, calm down, doggos. Thought I destroyed the rift, but apparently I didn't. We had a skeleton nearly make it through. Okay, what we can do is we can put poison over here. And then we can put more of a kill box down here if we want. But I mean, I don't think there's going to be a reason to need to do this right now. But what I need is more traps down here, which we haven't finished putting down. So we need to finish putting down all of our traps that we want. Because there's still shockers that haven't been utilized. Two shockers over there. And we still got that guy just gets obliterated by the shocker. Just look at that. It's so beautiful. Alright, magic orb deals 5 times damage but no longer penetrates. No. Crossbow and charge beam damage is increased while rift protection is active. So we probably will end up using that like on the boss round or anything. So the fact that it gets increased is actually very, very useful. And then what we can do is, this is the point, as you can see, they use so few slots that we can actually have more than one on top of each other. So when enemies spawn, it's going to be, you know, it's 4 of them being shot at once instead of 1 trap dealing damage. So they probably do less damage, but there's 4 of them as well as them bouncing all over the place, which is really fun to see. So didn't even see him. That was so cool.
You think he was about to reload?
Does poison last the time that we thought it does? I don't think it does. Okay, skeleton orcs, we got skeletons, that's fine. There is only one place for them to go, and that's to run all the way around just like everything else, so I'm not too worried about them. I don't think they can run past barriers, so we should be fine. And anyway, the more that spawns, the more coin we can get. Okay, it does look like the poison does last for the time. We just don't have enough poison. That guy, I mean, these are bouncing everywhere. Look at that. Beautiful. I mean, it would be quite interesting to see what the ×5 damage that they would do for not getting, or for not having it penetrate. That could be good in some cases, but in my case, no. Not for my usage. It just makes me happy seeing those orcs land up flying like that. Alright, we can definitely see poisoned enemies. I don't think the poison lasts long enough. It's really such a pity that it doesn't reach from up here. So even if I put one there, it's not going to do anything. I mean, maybe. Let's just see what happens, but I don't think it reaches. So it's going to be a good indicator. But I know for a fact it's not going to reach. The box shows that it doesn't reach, so...
No kill box is complete without the wall traps.
This is very true. And we can put even more war traps over here. Or just 2 more, actually. Well, I can't afford the... There we go. Alright, I think we're pretty sorted. I don't think we're going to need to do anything else except for beat the wave now. Or beat the mission. I do like it being a night mission though. Critical wall traps. Wall traps critical hit chances increased by 20%. A rift lightning applies electrified to enemies. We don't need that. Let's go and grab the critical wall traps. So all of those wall traps now have increased critical hit chance, and it's a massive amount. Also, I believe they buffed all the threads. So I think that should have been a 15% chance, but now it's sitting at a 20% chance. I don't know if maybe there's different types of traps that you can get, and that one would have been better. Okay, I can't poison them. Alright, really unfortunate that we had to have enemies not affected by poison this round. I'm actually not getting that much of a combo because of it either. Or maybe I'm just not getting enough enemies yet because of the wave we're on. So we'll see how much we get wave 3. Also, I don't know about you guys, but dropping the... Oh wait, we have to go... Something's happening over here. This dude activated our steam traps, which we don't like. Someone is stuck. Where are you? That guy seemed a bit distracted. Right, there is actually a lot of rift points sitting around all over the place here. And also, we can do that. Alright, there was a flyer, as you can see. So remember, there are these guys that come. And that's why, by all of our barricades, we put the steam vents. There was another flyer over here that got hit as well with the steam vent. So we don't have to worry about the naughty flyers getting through our traps. Oh my goodness, what are you, ugly thing? That was from the rift. That was okay. A nice ×7 over there. And I mean, you can see so before we got distracted by killing orcs, I was saying maybe there's a way to change the brightness of these magic orbs, because that sometimes destroys my eyeballs when they come out of nowhere like that. So, you know, just I don't know about you guys, but certainly doesn't feel good having them flash in my eyes half the time. Wave 3 done and dusted. Lightning crossbows. So, okay. Normally when it's raining weather, you get water elementals. We saw them in our previous video. Now, if you get different elemental weapons. So here we got lightning crossbow. Before, in a solo attempt off camera, I took fire crossbow and I landed up in raining weather. The water elementals or certain enemies then resist that type of damage. So you do have to be careful with what you put as your damage for your weapon, because when you fight certain enemies, electrified is actually weak to those enemies. I don't know if there's a what do we call it, a glossary to see what enemies there are, but this certainly makes a big difference to that. Enemies are slowed by 20% within the effect of the rift orb, or severe turbulence, deal 2 times damage to all flyers. I'm going to take severe turbulence because flyers do get quite tanky further on in there, and I think after the next wave or the next 2 waves we might get some really decent cards, or at least I'm going to hope we do. So we'll go from there and see what happens. Alright, so we don't have to really worry about them because they still have to run all the way. But now we can see these flyers. All the blue on the mini-map are flyers. There's a lot of orcs coming, skeletons, but we're not really worried about them. That doesn't reach, unfortunately. Oh, it did reach. I was trying to watch the flyers. So here comes one. Absolutely destroyed by the steam. Now, that's the only reason why we would have multiple steam plants is when, or steam traps, sorry, is when we have situations like that, where you get many enemies and they will cause us grief. So one won't be enough to get rid of multiple enemies. You need multiple of the trap. Okay, we're just getting a whole lot over here. We're gonna go to the wall so that our wall traps deal more damage. I'll just laser your faces. There's even more rift points for us. I don't mind taking a bit of damage. There's some skulls over here that I want to collect.
Is that the best you can do? Not so fast.
Times 8's over there. Times 9. Let's go. These guys are only poisoned, but we're still getting times 3s on them. I don't understand how that works. I'm just trying to thin the horde down a little bit. So we are going to be shooting some of these little guys. We are going to need more traps now. Because there are definitely more enemies spawning than what our traps can deal with right now.
One sec, I'm out.
Alright, spray and pray, crossbow ammo, brimstone's initial damage is doubled, charge beam slows enemies. Let's go with superheated coals, since we are going to put more of them down. So we're going to put another tar trap, we'll put more brimstone. It looks like all the enemies are going to run that way regardless. I really do want... I wish I could just have more traps somewhere, but alas, we can't. I'm just going to put down a brimstone and tar trap over there, just so it can deal some damage. We do get some orcs that come from here, so we can also poison these guys. That certainly should be 20 seconds before they get to wherever they need to go. And then I think we can put more traps over here. So we can put a shock trap down. We can put our magic ball. Can we put... No, we can't put our other balls down. But we can then put our tar traps. And double fire. And then we're good. I don't even think we need to spend the other 27,000 rift coins that we've got. I don't see anyone getting anywhere close to us from there. We got shock traps, we got our brimstone traps, which really look pretty at night time, and we've got our magic orbs as well, just bouncing all over the place. Not a good time for you to come running at me, but thanks for that. You guys running. You're a flyer. I'm not worried about flyers anymore, as you can see. Dead.
Reloading.
What I did forget to do was activate our rift orb, but it's fine. Yeah, they do get a lot tankier, which is a bit of an issue. It means that way mission 3 might be a little bit harder. But 8 times over there. Got to pick up the skulls, you know, because that means more meta progression. It also means we can go and make like our tar traps better. We can make our lightning traps better. Whatever we want. We can increase their damage, which we don't necessarily want to do. But what we can do is increase their duration of their status effects. So like Tar will have the slow last longer, whatever the case is. So I've done that with like the poison things. We've made their poison last longer. So instead of 20 seconds, it lasts for maybe 25 seconds. Or 30 seconds, I think, is the max. And it's really fun to do that. Also, good thing I came here to check this out. Because, like I mentioned, the steam traps, when there's multiple of the enemies, especially those running guys, and a flyer, it will deactivate the trap. Activation takes time. Trap reset takes time, sorry. Okay, more skulls. I love that crunching sound. And we haven't once had to use our overdrive ability. We're just gonna go admire the scenery while the rest of the orcs take a dip in the chaos that ensues. We have 52,000 rune coin to sort out as many traps as we want, but we don't need it. What we do is put them all down there just to get rid of a lot of other ones. Oh, that's so good. Our shock zappers gain an additional charge. That means they can fire off twice before reloading. That is just immensely OP. I guess we'll put some traps over here, just make things go a little bit faster. I can't put any shockers down there, but we can certainly put them... I guess we can start off with the shockers. Could put another poison down, but we're not going to be interested in that. I don't know where most of them are going to run, but I guess we can just put down another brimstone over there. It should be fine. There's a lot of orcs coming right now. And I'm not in any place to kind of survive right here. My Q ability, for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm being silenced. I think I'm... yeah, I was silenced. Okay, the unstable rift being there is fine. We got some flyers over here we don't have to worry about. I like the unstable rifts because they bring monsters to you that you otherwise wouldn't have had to deal with. But I don't think I'm going to destroy... oh, did I destroy it? No, we never. Alright, so there's an unstable rift. It looks like flying enemies. They've got 1,500 life. I think we can lower that a bit. They want to shoot me. How dare they? Scary that they can absolutely just turn you to stone. Where did you come from?
Little tip, these guys can't swim.
Little tip, they can't fly either. So even though I jumped over it, I still got poisoned. Good to know that there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. Well, I mean, you can become poison immune. So I guess there is something you can do about it. How about you stop healing them? This guy has a death wish. Alright, fantastic. So that's where we're going to leave it for today. Again, like I said at the very beginning, we are splitting this up. So we'll do mission 3 and the boss fight at another stage. That says primary damage is increased by 50% for all War Mages. We are going to now do a quick save. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.